Hey everybody, welcome back to Guns and Gadgets, your source for Second Amendment news. Got a quick little update. Yesterday, which was Thursday the 28th of September, Nancy Pelosi was speaking, and from her comments, she made it sound very apparent that the SHARE Act is going to pass. I'll read you some quotes. Sorry about the shake, man. I'm in a bouncing chair holding this by hand. So she made some comments that made it appear that the SHARE Act was going to pass. I'll read you some of these comments, and if you're not familiar with the SHARE Act, the Hearing Protection Act is wrapped up into this bill, and so it looks very, very positive. So let me read some of the quotes here. So like I said, she was speaking yesterday, which just happened to be the day that Steve Scalise went back to Congress. You know, he's the one who was shot the worst, suffered the worst injuries during the Republican baseball practice shooting that happened in June, I believe it was. The SHARE Act was submitted by Jeff Duncan, who's a representative out of South Carolina, and it looks to deregulate suppressors. It's still going to require a background check to get them, but it's not going to be a tax stamp item under the NFA. And it also does a bunch of other good things. Furthers protections for interstate firearms transport, furthers protections for classification measures for certain firearms and ammunition, and it increases the access to federal public lands for hunting, fishing, and a bunch of other stuff. So it's a pretty good sportsman's bill. Now here's where Pelosi gets crazy. Now, you know, we all know she's nuts, right? She's Fruit Loop batshit nuts, right? But she says that this legislation is, quote, very dangerous, and it's being pushed under the facade of being for hunters, okay? And she says, we all understand that the Second Amendment exists, you know, that ugly, terrible thing that's keeping us from running all your lives. We respect the rights of people to have gun ownership. Can anybody who's watching this in California tell me if that's true? I didn't think so. And she also says the fact is that they're making it more dangerous for our first responders to have to deal with armor-piercing bullets. She goes on to blunder and say that silencers, even in the case of Steve Scalise, if you can hear, then you can run to where the tragedy is emanating from. It's horrible. Now, it's obvious this dimwit has never used a firearm, let alone one with a suppressor, because you can still hear it. Dumbass. The cool part was this quote. When she was asked about it, she sounded resigned to its passage, saying, quote, the Republicans will have the votes. So that is a good thing. That means that it's all but sealed. If this clown is saying that it's a done deal, it's pretty done. So look forward to the passing of the SHARE Act, which also includes the Hearing Protection Act. I hope this information helps you. Makes your Friday that much more enjoyable. Sorry for the shakes. I had too much coffee and I'm jittery, and I'm in a chair that's not stable. So hope you have a great day. Please consider subscribing to the channel if you haven't already to get the fastest Second Amendment news right here on Guns and Gadgets on the YouTube channel. Please follow my other social media. They're in the description below. And until we see each other again, be safe, stay vigilant, carry a weapon. Take care, everybody.